Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Oceanhorn 2 Knights of the Lost Realm on Nintendo Switch. This was an Apple Arcade exclusive, but now it just came out on the Switch, and let's get the elephant right out of the room. This is a bona fide Zelda clone. Now, usually when you see Zelda clones, they play it safe. It's usually like a Link to the Past clone, like Blossom Tales, or a Zelda 1 clone, and they're not too overly ambitious. I mean, even the first Oceanhorn game that came out quite a while ago, even though it was sort of a Wind Waker clone, it still was pretty basic in its design. It looked a lot like a mobile game, and it just wasn't on a grand scale. But I gotta say, if there was ever a Zelda clone out there that was on a grand scale, it is Oceanhorn 2. This game took everything about the original and just made it so much more bigger. Looking at the graphics alone, look pretty ambitious for what this game is. For a smaller indie title that's a Zelda clone, that's inspired by games like Breath of the Wild, looking at this, you gotta be amazed with what they made. Compared from the first Oceanhorn to this one, it's like light years ahead. So this is actually a prequel. It's an epic prequel RPG quest that has about 20 hours of gameplay. So there's enough here to sink your teeth into. And you can see the similarities. I mean, even the main character that you play of, who is called the hero, looks a lot like Link. This is about as close to copyright infringement as you can get with a game like this. They were clearly inspired by Breath of the Wild with the way that his hair looks, the same colors, the blue top, the sword, the shield, and the exploration elements. I mean, even kind of like, you know, the combat mechanics and the characters and the NPCs and just the colors that are used in this game look a lot like Breath of the Wild. And I gotta say, that's not a bad thing. Usually, again, Zelda clones play it safe. This one actually went above and beyond and was really well done. I found myself just playing it for hours nonstop. I was like, oh my gosh, it's already going to be 2 a.m. I got to put this thing down. So what is the story with this? Well, it's set 1,000 years before the original Oceanhorn, and it takes you on a journey across the world of, I believe it's called Gaia. Now, there's a whole bunch of mythology and lore that is actually in this game. It's pretty creative how they created their own lore for the world of Oceanhorn. You know, Zelda has its own Hyla history and Hyrule Historia and stuff like that. I think they did a pretty good job making this, you know, game have like its own story and its own unique feel and atmosphere. So you got to give them kudos to that. Now, not to spoil much in front of the plot, but the hero, who's literally referred to as the hero, is going to be taking on a dark army. There's like a warlock that basically invades the village, and you have to just basically conquer him. But you have to do this while going on an incredible journey that sends you all across the map, picking up certain items and upgrading yourself. Pretty standard. It's almost like a standard Zelda story. No princess to be rescued, though, so that's one main difference. Now, you do get accompanied by a party, which is different than what the first Oceanhorn had. So there's Trin, who's basically a granddaughter. She has like a gun that shoots pretty far, ranged attacks, things like that. Then there's Jen, who's like a robot that welds a samurai sword. And then there's also a master that accompanies you in this. So you have like a party that joins forces with you, and they fight at your side while you explore and complete the dungeons and solve puzzles and things like that. And you're actually able to command them to help solve this. You could send one of them to like a switch so it can hold open a door, or you can have one of them hit a lever to unlock a door, and they could even fight or just follow you. So there is a lot of new features on here. I would say as far as adventure games go on the Nintendo Switch, on the indie side of things, this is one of the better looking indie games out there. But it has a unique experience that capitalizes on Zelda. You know, Zelda does inspire quite a lot of different games in the same adventure genre. And while this one seems like it might be a Dollar Tree version with the way that the graphics and everything look, don't let it fool you. Again, Oceanhorn and Oceanhorn 2 definitely stand alone on their own merits, all inspiration aside. It's not a bad thing. Now, there is a gun that your character has, which is different than the bow and arrow that Link has. It's called the caster gun, and this is used to solve different, you know, stage obstacles and hit levers from far away and even use range attacks. It's kind of unique because the caster has different types of spells. You can have like electronic shots, basic shots. So basically you get different spells as you progress. Even as you collect certain items, let's say you collect a bunch of like little health items and stuff, it gives your character an experience boost. Yeah, there's an experience level up system in here. As you fight, as you gather materials, your character gets higher levels of abilities and stuff, and you can even, you know, upgrade your character's weapons. You can add shards that give additional damage and stuff. So there's actually quite a bit of in-depth RPG elements with your character's development itself that's not even in Legend of Zelda. So you can have your weapon get stronger with damage shards or charge shards, and your caster gun as well. So there's quite a bit. It's actually really surprising, and again, for a indie title, don't let it fool you. This game actually has a lot more features. The combat, again, if you played a Zelda game, any 3D Zelda game, it's quite similar to that. And you'll be able to dodge and, you know, block with your shield and just use your different combat attacks and stuff like that. There's a lot of side quests also. There's the main storyline, which again will take you about 12-15 hours, but if you wanted to complete everything in this game, I'd venture to say a good solid 20 hours, because you could do side quests, you can explore, you can interact with NPCs, and then on top of that, these dungeons, they aren't too bad. Now, they're not traditional in the sense of like what a Zelda game would normally present, but there are certain areas that have you having to solve certain puzzle elements, find keys, unlock different areas, find treasure chests that are scattered throughout the area and everything like that. So really well done. Again, when I initially picked this one up, I was awestruck with how much they improved between Oceanhorn 1 and Oceanhorn 2. If you haven't played the original Oceanhorn, I would recommend that one as well, but you don't need to play that one first, because this one is a prequel that takes place behind, you know, the original story, and does a lot of setup and things like that for the world of Oceanhorn. So if you haven't played Oceanhorn 1, don't worry about it. Hop right into Oceanhorn 2 and then play Oceanhorn 1 after this, because you'll be amazed. Again, really beautiful graphics that basically just give a certain kind of feeling, a certain charm, a little whimsical feel that reminded me a lot of Legend of Zelda. And we still don't have Breath of the Wild 2 out yet. Age of Calamity is coming out soon, but this kind of fed that little itch that I had for Legend of Zelda games, because Zelda is my favorite series of all time. I absolutely love it. I can't get enough of it, and if I could find myself a good clone that I can sink the teeth into, have a good amount of quality gameplay, some decent combat mechanics, exploration elements, puzzle solving elements, and stuff like that, then by all means, throw it my way. So Oceanhorn 2 right now, and it's currently in the eShop. It's only $30, and I believe it's on sale for its initial launch for about 25 bucks, 26 bucks. So why not check it out? It's on the Nintendo Switch, also Apple Arcade, but hey, Switch Master Race. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I will see y'all in the next video. Have a great day. Peace out. Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description. You want to become part of the hashtag 8BE Nation, guys? Well, be sure to pick up your official merch, now available online. Link is below in the description. We got classic t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and even women's apparel. Don't forget, pick up your official merch now. And while you're at it, guys, feel free to watch the next video, or why don't you catch up on one that you might have previously missed. Thanks again, guys, for all the support. I couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing, and don't forget to subscribe and click that like button if you are brand new. Thanks again, guys. Peace out.